The HJC i100 is the brand new model helmet from the brand HJC and is positioned as a motorcycle helmet for the touring motorcyclist. The HJC i100 is the latest helmet in HJC's E-line, so are you curious about what specifications this helmet has and how well it performs on the road? Then be sure to stay tuned. Team of Champion Helmets here, and today we're going to take a look at the latest helmets from HJC, the HJC i100. It's a motorcycle helmet that you can rotate 180 degrees backwards, so that if you are riding faster on the highway with the chin piece open, you still experience little wind resistance. The helmet is also ECE 06 and PGF certified, which means that you can ride with the chin bar open. The HJC i100 has a recommended retail price of about €320 or $325 and therefore will compete with the HJC i90, the Shark Evo S and the Scorpion Exo 920. We are going to start the video with the material part. The HJC i100 is made of polycarbonate. The material polycarbonate is strong and safe material, which is more often used in this price class. The HJC i100 comes in 3 outer shell sizes and 5 EPS inner shells. The more shell size a helmet has, the better, because less material is used and it makes the helmet lighter. Besides, a compact helmet also looks better. This earns the HJC i100 3 stars for the material part, and if you compare this with its competitors, we see that it scores the same as the i90. The Shark Evo S and the Scorpion Exo 920 did slightly less well because they only came in 2 outer shell sizes instead of 3. We continue with an important part of the helmet, and that is the weight. The lighter the helmet, the better, because it prevents neck fatigue while riding. It is important to note that helmets that are ECE 2206 approved are heavier than those that are 2205 approved. This due to the stricter test that the motorcycle helmet undergoes, which requires more material. When we weigh HJC i100 in a size L, the scale indicated 1904 grams. But how good is this really? If we look at the chart with its competitors, we see that it finishes at the bottom of the list. The Shark Evo S and the Scorpion Exo 920 both do much better, weighing just over 1600 grams. The i90 also did a little bit better because it weighed 1716 grams. Now that we are done with the material and the weight, we will move on to the visor. The HJC i100 uses a HG36 pinlock prepared visor and the Max Vision pinlock is also included in the box. This visor is UV resistant and anti-scratch. In addition, the helmet has an integrated sun visor that you can control with a slider on the outside of the helmet. If we add everything up, we see that it gets 4 stars for the visor. So let's take a look at how it performs in comparison to its competitors. It comes out on top along with the HJC i90. After that comes the Shark Evo S with 3 stars and the Scorpion Exo 920 finishes at the bottom with 2.5 stars because it's only pinlock lens prepared and not included in the box. Now that we are done with the review in the studio, we're going to see how well it performs on the road. Before we start with the road test, a quick reminder on how we collect our data. On the left side you see a white thermometer that indicates the inside temperature of the helmet. This is connected to a sensor placed in the helmet. Above in the middle you see the decibel meter. This is connected to a microphone that is placed near our rider's ear. This records the sound as our rider hears it. In the middle you see the dashboard of the bike showing the speed of our test rider. Now that that is clear, we're going to start the road test with the noise isolation. In terms of noise isolation, the HJC i100 gave us an average of 101 decibels. But to find out how good this really is, we're going to compare it again with its competitors. The i100 does an excellent job and ends up at the top of the test compared to its competitors. The Shark Evo S and the Scorpion Exo 920 both had a value of 102 decibels and the i90 a value of 104 decibels. We move on to the ventilation part. And before we look at the results, we're going to look at the ventilation options on the helmet. The motorcycle helmet from HJC uses the ACS ventilation system with a ventilation opening that you can adjust in 2 ways on top of the helmet and 3 outlets on the back of the helmet. On the chin there is also a vent that you can fix in 3 different positions. But how well did it perform on the road? When we tested the helmet it was 29 degrees Celsius outside, and as you can see on the white thermometer on the left, this was also the temperature inside the helmet. This means that the helmet had the same inside as outside temperature. If we're going to compare this with its competitors, we see that it scored the same as the Shark Evo S and the Scorpion Exo 920. Only the i90 did a little less well because it was 1 degree warmer inside the helmet compared to the outside temperature. Now that we've had the noise isolation and the ventilation, we're going to look at the comfort that the motorcycle helmets offer. And for this part, we lean on our test rider's more than 50 years of riding experience. Our test rider has also tested all the other helmets we have mentioned today and therefore can compare the helmets like no other. Our test rider indicated that it was not the most comfortable helmet and he builds on the super cool inner lining. This inner lining is removable, washable and antibacterial. When we add this all up, the i100 earns 2.5 stars from comfort. Comparing this to its competitors, we see that the i90 and the Scorpion X920 also earns 2.5 stars for the component comfort. The Evo S was just a bit better and received 3.5 stars for the comfort part. We are going to start on the last part of the road test, before looking at the overall picture, and that is the features part. The i100 motorcycle helmet is ECE 2206 and PJ certified, which means that you can ride with the chin bar open. An additional feature that HJC has put on the helmet is that you can secure the chin bar with a slider. This ensures that it can't fold closed accidentally. The i100 is also glasses friendly due to a cutout in the inner lining. HJC has prepared the helmet for the HJC Smart 20B or 10B Bluetooth communication system and the helmet has a ratchet closure. If we add this up, the helmet gets 3.5 stars for the features part. Again, we will compare this with its competitors and only the i90 does better with 4 stars for the features. Then comes the i100 with 3.5 stars and the Shark Evo S with 3 stars. At the bottom ends the Scorpion X920 with only 1.5 stars for features. Now that we are done with all the parts, we're going to look at the overall champion helmet score. And for the material part, because it's made of polycarbonate and comes in 3 outer shell sizes, it earns 3 stars. With a weight of 1904 grams, it gets 2 stars for the weight. Because the helmet has an integrated sun visor and a spin lock prepared, which is included, it gets 4 stars for the visor part. With a value of 101 decibels, it gets 3 stars for noise isolation and 4 stars for ventilation because it had the same temperature inside the helmet as the outside temperature. For comfort, it earns 2.5 stars and features because of the preparation for the communication system and the homologations 3.5 stars. This gives the HJC i100 a final score of 3.1 stars, where you pay 14 euros per earned stars. So this was it, the road test and the review of the brand new helmet, the HJC i100. Do you want to learn more about the HJC i100? Then visit our website www.championhelmets.com, where we always offer the lowest price guarantee and have great discount bundles. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more road test or informative videos. My name is Simon with Champion Helmets. Thank you for watching and hopefully until next time.